There's a lot of online talk about manipulation in the silver market. And some investors wonder if as a consequence, it's even worth playing this market. So what's your take on manipulation in the sector, and how do you manage that?
It is manipulated, but I'll go back in time. This here is a 1964 Kennedy $50. This coin changed my life. So in 1964, I was 17 years old, and I had caddy to make money. And one day I was looking at this $50. It was no longer silver. It was copper. It's manipulated. So at that time, looking at this little copper coin here, and 64 was the last year that silver was still inside of our money. And so all of a sudden, I'm looking at this copper coin, and I didn't know it, Jay, but there's a law called Gresham's Law. And Gresham's Law states, when bad money enters the system, good money goes into hiding. I didn't know how much that would change my life, because in 1964, I no longer trusted my government. And I took caddy to get my little dollar bills. I got $1 for 9 holes, $2 for 18 holes, 4 bags, all this stuff. But I take those dollars, I knew it was fake at that point. And I would trade my dollars in for rolls of dimes, quarters, and $50. And I'd sit there, and anything with copper in, I threw it back in, and I gave it back to the bank. So I had this bag full of what they call dirty silver today, it's called. And you can buy dirty silver in these old coins, is that correct?
That is correct.
And so 1964, 1965, I go to school in New York. I have this big bag of silver coins. I come back to Hawaii, where I'm from, and I ask my mother, what happened to my bag of money? She says, I spent it. No, so I made a judgment. It's one of these traumatic. I've been to a psychiatrist a lot of times because the reason poor people are poor is they don't know real money from fake money.
Yes.
And so our money is completely manipulated. So that's why I'm here. That's why I speak for Jay. That's why I'm in gold and silver and numismatic. We've got to get back to real money. And for people stupid enough to not know real money from fake money, they got what's coming to them. Thank you.
Real quick break here, guys. If you are a mining investor, you are without question familiar with the Golden Triangle region in British Columbia. This is one of the most prolific mining regions in the world due to its vast deposits of gold, silver, and copper. Now, for the last 4 years, Dolly Varden Silver has been busy expanding their high-grade silver deposit in the Triangle, and they are backed by some of the smartest investors in the silver business, including the legendary Eric Sprott, Hecla Mining, US Global Investors, Fidelity, Delbrook Capital, Sprott Resource Corp, and more. If you are curious why the smartest money in the silver business is cozying up to Dolly Varden Silver, then hit the link beneath this video. Lynette, I actually want to go to you with the exact same question if I could. I saw you nodding enthusiastically, and I know this is one that's also very teed up for what you do. So same question, manipulation in the silver market, what's your take and how do you manage that?
Well, first of all, the way that I manage it, so I'll start that first, and that's about knowing the true value of an asset or any instrument. That's its fundamental value, because ultimately that's where it's going. I'm not a short-term trader, so I really don't care about the spot market. And especially in silver, when you look at the supply and demand dynamics, is ridiculous for a spot. I don't know where it happens to be at this moment, but like at $22, $23 an ounce. You can't buy it for $22, $23 an ounce, right? There's going to be a premium in there. So what I do is I accumulate. I accumulate because what I know is that we're at the end of the currency's life cycle, this whole big experiment, not just the US dollar, not just the Canadian dollar, but every fiat government debt-based money. The debt bubble has already been popped. That's the difference between last year and this year, is that the debt bubble has already been popped. And ultimately, all assets go to their true fundamental value, which, to Robert's point, that fake money, the fundamental value is a big fat zero. But for good money, for real money, that you hold it and you own it outright, that too will come to pass. And this will indeed go to its true fundamental value. And then there are so many opportunities in this wealth transfer cycle that we're in, that if you're holding good money, you're going to be able to take advantage of it.